We feared this day would come when the lands are ruined and the champions of the light can no longer save those in need. But I will.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Diablo 3. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. I watched the last video, and it seems like the frame rate being a billion FPS is fine. Is apparently A-okay. So, cool. I'm going to continue playing at 3 billion FPS and enjoying the crap out of it. And in the meantime, let's talk to Tashun the miner.
I heard there is a fine vein of metals and gems down here. Help me find it, and I will sell you my goods at a more than fair price.
I still love he's a miner, but he has a shovel. He's a goddamn gravedigger, dude. Oh, let's go get the pool of reflection. Yeah! Woo! Dude, I just gotta say, Necromancer is, like, legit super fun in these games. I do hope that at some point we get a Necromancer in Diablo 4, because I don't think they've announced one yet. And hopefully they don't sell it for $20 US. Please? Please do not. Bad. That's actually the most disappointing thing about Necromancer in this game. Nothing to do with the actual character itself. I think it's a lot of fun. I don't know how it, like, handles in the balance side of things, but as a player, as a casual pleb, I find it very enjoyable to play. If I was, like, a professional gamer, if I was, like, trying to, you know, do a speed run, maybe, then sure, I could see people complaining about maybe certain aspects of it not being so hot. But,
And rot.
I'm glad that's over.
I think lore-wise and voice acting-wise and just aesthetic-wise, it seems like a super, super cool character. Although I feel like with Necromancer, I feel like only one is necessary in a party. I feel like if you had two
Templar,
Necromancers...
I think I saw you at an inn several months ago.
That is likely. I have journeyed a long way.
You were extremely polite, but tipped poorly, I am told.
We should pick up the pace.
Oh, shit! Getting called out, boy. Damn. Anyway. You can tell this game was made in America, because this was made in Japan. There'd be no mention of what tips are whatsoever, because that's actually seen as rude to tip someone for their service. Anyway. I would say that if you have multiple Necromancers, you probably would have one not focus on the corpse resource. So you may feel a little bit neutered if you're playing as two Necromancers simultaneously. Maybe a little bit. I don't know. Can't say from experience because I haven't played with anyone that plays Necromancer. What the hell is this elongated skeleton just hanging out on the ground? Oh man, it reminds me of the good old days back in StarCraft 1, where you would go into the map editor and you would just non-stop just spam doodads all over the map. Oh, my map looks ugly. Let's just throw all this shit everywhere. It's the best. It's the best, dude. Actually makes me a little disappointed there's no, like, map editor for Diablo games. There gotta be. There's gotta be, dude. You know how many awesome shit you can make with a map editor in Diablo? The endless player content. We hit the mother load. 610 bucks. Thank you. Well, look at this. Lots of intelligence in there, too. Put that aside for now. What? Yeah. Still no one-handed weapons, though. We need a good one-handed weapon. Kind of trade it out. Go get him, boy. Woo!
Weakness consumes you.
I'm actually a huge fan of this Caban Golem. Oh, hey, look, a vein of metals.
Done.
Now what you're looking for, my friend? Is he still alive? Or, oh, that's all he needs. He just needs me to find them. I hope he's not dead. Oh, no, he's just hanging out. I have so many allies right now. I have Leah hanging out. I have 40 skeletons and a dude, a golem, my ally, and then this random little gravedigger. I mean, miner. walking around. I just love how nasty it sounds whenever I'm like draining the stuff. Oh my god. Okay, I'm sure I've been yelled at by like someone by now. But I just realized that the skeleton mage that we're currently using is an AoE, and you plop him down in a spot, and then he's doing damage. I'm sorry. I should have read the text. The one thing I didn't read, right? Oh my goodness. All right, I figured it out. Because like, look, now we have a skeleton that's just going to be like, zap, zap, and do his thing, right? At least I think that's what that is. Yeah, they just leave behind a corpse. There you go. Perfect. It is kind of crazy that none of these require any corpses, but I guess they wanted to make corpses more of an active instead of proactive design. Or I guess you should say a reactive design instead of a proactive design. All right, here's your pure gemstone.
Yes, this is the spot.
We hit diamonds. Oh god! Get him. Whew. That was a little scary.
As promised, here are my goods for you to look through.
All right, got some extra EXP. Always nice. Does he have anything worthwhile? He has some daggers, a bunch of one-handed stuff, magic S-word, two-handed scythe, a 30 damage sword that we could mix with a shield here sounds pretty cool. Arcane damage. A lot of money, but I kind of want to do it just to see. Just to make these decisions, you know? Is it worth buying stuff at a weird price? Yeah, probably not. Shit. Well, I thought I was living the dream. Plus 5 essence, though. Oh. We can spawn more shit, but the difference in damage is too high. Difference in damage is too high. Alright. Leave it over there. Money well poorly spent. How much money is it when we sell this stuff? Not really a lot yet. It's okay. Even though it seems like we wasted all our money, which we did. It's not that bad. Because we get tons of money later on. Just by playing a video game. God damn. That is just so satisfying to do. What is clanking around? Is it of all the clay pots or something? Yeah, who knows? Alright, so that's just this half of the map. I guess we're going over the other side. The one thing that sucks about not having any Paragon levels is that we can't just throw all of our Paragon points into movement speed, which I feel is the only thing I go for until I get beyond a certain amount of Paragon. And if you don't know what Paragon points are, it's just basically once you hit max level, you start leveling a separate level altogether. That's for all of your characters. And I think in Seasonal, it's shared amongst all your seasonal characters, and then outside of Seasonal, it's shared amongst all your normal characters. And then if you're playing hardcore, regardless if it's seasonal or not, then it's only for that character in particular. Something like that. Noticing there's a teleport time for this. I don't feel like that's necessary, but maybe it's just so you can't cheese it. Really, if there's a timer on something, it's because you're doing it in the wilderness. Wait, out with that. Let's move on over to the bottom left side. The southwestern side of the map.
Magma has blessed me.
So one major complaint I feel like that is still carried on by a lot of Diablo 1 and 2 fans is the fact that, as you can see on the left, as we leveled, we got, 1 strength, 1 dex, 3 intelligence, 2 vitality. The game
serve as Templar as well.
Well, no.
Shouldn't the Templar welcome anyone who wishes to fight evil?
That is a fascinating idea. I will mention it to the leaders.
Okay, I'm gonna go on this tangent here now because that's too funny. Okay, so I work at a grocery store, and a lot of the time customers are like, well, I would really like it if you guys carried such and such item. And all you can really say to them is like, huh, that's really fascinating. I'll tell my leaders about it. Do you know what your leaders will say? Who gives a shit? This doesn't matter. Just keep doing your job. It's like, it's exactly what happens. Oh my god, what an obvious response from Templar, man. I love it. I forget what we were talking about, but I don't care. That's too funny to me. Oh, interesting. I guess I'll tell my boss about it real quick. Oh, it's very fascinating. I'll get right on that. I guess unless you worked at like a mom and pop shop or something, right?
Your death nears.
Really, you have no say in it. Not even like your boss does. It's usually like the people above your boss. Oh right, okay, now I remember what I was talking about. I do apologize that I forget things sometimes, but it's just what happens in the flow of commentary. Yes, I was talking about necromancers and not necromancers. I was talking about leveling up in the game. And essentially, yeah, a lot of people don't like the fact that you don't have full customization over where your points should go. Because sometimes you'll just want to put all 5 points into one thing, right? You want to go all in on intelligence, all in on this, so you can really min-max your character. And obviously, Diablo 3 takes away from that. All your min-maxing comes from your gear. And at that point, when you have gear sets, you don't really have the fullest control over it. You're usually throwing 2 items from one set, 3 items from another set together, and there's your gear. Or you'll just go all in on one set, which is probably like 5 or 6 pieces. I forget how many pieces go into a set, but regardless, it's just a lot of the customization of your class comes in with the gear sets now. I'm sure it carried off a lot of, or in previous games in Diablo 1 and 2 in the end game, gear sets were a huge factor in like what you could actually do with your character to be a badass. Oh my god, another crypt! Holy shit! But it's not always, the case with those games. You can also just min-max your character with certain upgrades, with certain stat boosts. So I don't know. It's people that are more experienced in Diablo 1 and 2 can definitely chime in on this. Also, I hear 2 of them. Right, we're still doing Double Goblin Month. Go get them, boys! Oh, this one got stuck in a corner. Body flop. Oh, he's going back. Wrong move, sucker. Ooh, we're getting gems now. Hell yeah. Oh yeah, I gotta explode corpses just so I can have a good life. Yeah, Diablo 1 and 2 players can definitely chime in on this and be like, hey, well, I feel like the endgame in Diablo 1 and 2 is kind of like this, or X, or Y, and Z. Felt like your stats that you put on your character in Diablo 1 were like extremely important. In Diablo 2, not so much. Like, sure, they really do affect how much damage you do, but I felt like if I was under-geared, I was just having a bad time. Well, I felt like every point that I spent in Diablo 1 was extremely important. Otherwise, I would start getting murked super quick. And yes, gear was absolutely important for that game too. But yeah, I don't know.
This world can abide you no longer.
We won!
We won! And it's obviously just my take on it. I mean, oh, nice. Oh, I thought we were already level 20. We just got, wait, what the hell did we unlock? Oh, we unlocked blood and bone. Okay. Bone armor. Rip bones from nearby enemies, dealing 125% weapon. Yes, we know you're big and angry. Dealing 125% weapon damage as physical, and create armor that reduces damage taken by 3% per enemy hit to a maximum of 10 enemies. Lasts for 60 seconds. I don't think we really need this right now. We're doing okay on getting hit. Maybe if we run across like a monster that's dangerous enough. But perhaps it's Death Nova again. Each cast increases the radius of your next Nova. I don't think we need that either. Oh shit, we can get Devour. Get some essence back just from corpses. Hell yeah. Alright. We gods now. We gods. Alright, hold on though. Command skeletons can go into a frenzy instead of enforcers. Reduce the active essence cost I don't think we need to worry about that. Commanded skeletons go into a frenzy, gaining 25% increased attack speed while they attack the target. Cool. So they're just flat better. All right, command golem. We can turn him in now to a interesting flesh, ice, bone, decay, and blood. So flesh golem, command golem to target a location where it collapses into a pile of 8 instead of 5 corpses. So it's just an even more fleshy boy, which works well with devour. Very nice. Skeleton mage can now have skeleton archer. Skeleton archers increase your attack speed by 3% for 5 seconds. That'll help with getting our essence back, by the way. 3% for 5 seconds each time they deal damage, max 10 stacks. Hell yeah. And they do 400% damage, where these guys also do 400% damage. All right, let's try it out. Let's try it out. It's ought to be pretty similar, right? I don't think this game really cares too much about elements as much as the other games. Elemental resistance is also a big factor in Diablo 1 and 2. I don't think they matter nearly as much in this game, even if they exist. Which I don't have a feeling that they don't actually exist. Now that I think about it. You can do dual size, slashing with 2 summoned sides in front of you, dealing 157. Hey, you know what? That just sounds badass. Oh, everyone's in the way. Yeah! Side clap, as they call it. I'm a freaking gene stealer. Terminators beware. How cool is that? It's awesome abilities for this this Necromancer class. I'm really into it. As a casual pleb, I approve. I approve big time. Also, I'm pretty sure I activated this pillar and it just stood there for the entire duration of it.
I used to love traveling, seeing the world.
When the balance is lost, everything changes.
Yes, it's not like it was.
Have no fear, dear. We will make this world safe.
We'll save the planet. Trust me. Trust me. One downside is our skeleton mages do not turn into corpses anymore, but it's okay. One commenter mentioned, and this is pretty funny, skeletons turn into blood sacks. Of course they do. I gotta say, it comes back to that clarity thing, but I do agree, it's always funny when you see that stuff. Where does this crypt lead, I wonder? I don't even know what's in this crypt. Usually, a lot of these dungeons are just hanging out with, like, resplendent chests and things like that, you know? You can get some dank loot.
This world can abide you no longer.
I just love the voice actor for the Necromancer. I'm going to say this a million times in this playthrough, but goddamn, does he really sell it as like this crazy guy that lived in his basement his whole life and is now emerged with the skeleton army. Look at this. More candy for our hands, hopefully. Hopefully we can actually equip it. Hell yeah, we can. Hell yeah, we can. 60% increase in damage. Holy shit. And also comes with a perk, so we'll be holding on to this even after we finish using it and get something better. Now, sure, the stat is strength, which isn't so hot. I wish it was intelligence, because that would actually buff our damage, I think. But still, it is awesome to have. Reduces cooldown of all skills, and reduces resource cost of all skills by 5%. Hell yeah. What a cool, cool weapon. We also got another heart. Oh, we got some better shoulder pieces. Some bracers. I usually don't check these until after I'm done, like, doing a few dungeons. Or whenever my inventory gets full. Seems like a flat upgrade there. This seems slightly better than what we currently have. For some reason, strength is just the way to go. I don't know why. I don't know. I don't know what's better, honestly. Recovery and toughness or whatever, or a little bit of extra damage. It's only 3 points in the grand scheme of things, but yeah, it's so minuscule at that point. I don't think it matters.
Just like target practice.
Do not fear the end.
That Devour ability, though, is super good. Because now I don't have to worry anymore.
Thank you both for your help.
I am inspired by our friend here. Thank him.
There is no need.
Like the adversary is before us.
Give it no time.
I keep forgetting. I keep forgetting to use my my skeleton's ability. Because they can just single target down a dude, no problem.
This world can abide you no longer.
But I'm getting used to it. I'm getting used to it. Dude, we are steamrolling on hard. Hell yeah. I might even bump up to Torment 1, but I don't want to get too conky. Too conky? Too cocky? Words are hard, okay? Sometimes I wonder if English is even my first language. I do swear I have some, like, degree of dyslexia, though. Every time I have to read something in a game, every now and again, I'll have to read it a second time in my head and be like, did I read that correctly? Like, I don't even know. That's the worst, man. Did that a lot in my Dark Cloud playthrough where I'm voicing all the characters, and a lot of the time, especially like the last videos in that one, where like I read certain words twice and I just was like, all right, I gotta roll with it. I messed up, but we're going.
Serve the cycle.
We're going forward. What was that? World Ringer. Oh, these have like their own unique look to them. That's supposed to be like a heart, right? Oh shit, sorry. No, it's not. It's like a weird house tower thing with a skull on it. All right. Chance to deal 10% area damage on hit. Cool. There's some cool shit, man. Obviously, we could have actual text on the ground. I kind of like the icons, though. I don't know. I'm into it. This kind of cleans up the visual HUD a little bit. A little bit. The tiniest amount. Oh, it goes even deeper. Woo! Powered shrine, eh?
My family, please end their torment.
Willow Wrath? Where the hell was that from? Oh, wait, there's treasure over here, lady. Hold on. Please allow me to obtain treasure fast. Are you okay?
Please, free my family from their cursed existence. I can hear them digging.
Be on your guard. Spirits lie.
Well, prepare to face my wrath.
Our meddling daughter would do well to leave us be. You will pay.
He's sorry to disturb us.
At last, they are free.
All right. That was interesting.
Thanks to you, my family can now rest, free from the curse they brought upon themselves.
Some spirits linger to right past wrongs. I was mistaken about her.
Well, all right then. There you go. I do love that your followers can chime in on a situation like that. Probably one of my favorite things about the game. Because, like, as cool as the followers were in Diablo 2, this definitely feels like a nice expansion upon how they work. And obviously, we are full on good, so we just toss one of these aside for a sec. Let's see how our weapon's doing. Damn, man. This one-handed weapon is actually almost as powerful as our currently equipped one. And I'm sure we could give it a little bit of intelligence. No, we get thorns damage. Critical hit damage increased by 20%, but that's only the damage that they do. I don't think we're going to be doing any sort of crazy crits right now.
I am returning to town.
Yes, let us return. Very good. Any information you guys want to chime in on? I know some of them have asterisks, sometimes they don't.
With the dead squared away and Kane back in town, I hope things won't be so bad around here.
I've found some interesting things on my latest...
As the shepherd watches over his flock, so shall I care for those who seek to protect us. What was once one shall become four, though the three shall become one. Never again will the four be whole.
Scared. I don't want them to become whole, bro. Oh wait, he can talk about stuff? Oh shit, I'm sorry guys, I didn't even realize he had conversations to talk about. Oh right, never mind. Maybe I did and I just forgot. That's usually the case. Alright, let's salvage some things. I think salvaging everything but maybe the sword would be a good idea. Oh, wait, whoops. Okay, well, hold on to that for a moment. Alright, let's see here. So we're at 268. Let's try. Oh, wow. Okay, this sword. And that oh, wait, it's two-handed. Well, that changes things. Then it is not worth it. It will be thrown in the trash where it belongs. Yes. Now, if we were a cool barbarian boy, then we'd have a great time. I'm just holding on to these items just in case we want to go one-handed and we're not just completely naked on one hand. Would be nice. And let's throw these in there as well. Let's just get right out of this hidey hole of crap in our inventory. And I will forever hold on to my apprentice's scythe because, of course, I will. You may ask yourself, is there a reason for it? The answer is nostalgia. Nostalgia of when I started my game. Especially considering you can't make another one. Can we upgrade this one more time? Hell yeah. It's beautiful. Look at it. All the lights. Ah, it's so beautiful. The most beautiful thing I've ever seen. And at the moment, nothing we can really use. Highest usable. Ah. This might be important. Let's see. How about one-handed scythe? Yeah, this one's required level 5. We want something closer to our level. Which we are level 19. So, you know. Oops. Forge armor, forge weapons. I don't really think we can make anything as good as what we have. Yeah, oh my god. What a god tier. What a god tier drop we got, man. Alright, back at it again. Into the fray. We grab the 2 items that were still on the ground there. I want to see if there's anything else before moving on. Like a stone vault. Don't mind if I do. Oh, wow. There we go. Which one's going to give me a better benefit? Okay, this one. Perfect. Perfect. Ignoring how I'm doing now, I'm just pressing Alt. Put this between the 2 rings, which is awesome. 2 rings to rule them all. Done there, booties. Dude, Devour is so goddamn good.
Slither to your death.
And there we go. Let's just explore the rest of this region, and then in the next episode we'll be moving on to the Drowned Temple. Which, if I recall correctly, we may actually run across another ally, potentially. It'll be a lot of fun. Man, that shit is just so cool. It seems you can just devour to your heart's content. You just spam devour all you want, really. Are you a corpse, sir? No? Okay. Essentially, we can just be summoning skeletons like no other. Alright, ladies and gentlemen.
These fields used to be so beautiful. Uncle Deckard told me stories of them when I was a little girl.
Oh, really? We're going to pause it right there. Thank you so much for watching, guys. It's been an absolute blast going through Diablo 3. In the next episode, we'll head up there to the northeast and see what lies ahead of us. I'm MacAmain101, signing off. Take it easy.